just had a garden, and Sarah thought that we were going to have more stuff than we were going to be able to use, so she wanted to see about selling it.
Yeah.
And tried calling around to people to see if that was all right, and nobody knew. Right? So then somebody says from Jersey Fresh, USDA, whatever, they said, oh, that's great. There's no farm market in Medford. You should have a farm market.
Right.
And then we were not prepared to do a farm market. We thought we were going to sell some extra tomatoes.
Yeah.
Really, we used to have there forever. There was Mr. Will's store, right? And it was a little grocery store, and it didn't have everything in it. You know, it had some staples. But my mom used to send me there on my bike to go and get like a loaf of bread, right? And you don't have that in Medford. There's no little
corner store,
little corner grocer anymore. And you know, that's kind of more what we wanted to have with the farm market.
We missed it. We needed that in our lives, and if you miss something that much and no one else is doing it, you have to do it yourself.
Brad would have a field day.
Last two tetanus shots I got.
Go ahead.
That's good to know.
New belts were these. The belts were like $1,000.
Yeah,
I was thinking about how much I always hated to be up here.
Yeah, and now like we are so desperate to remember it. Very funny. I find myself going to the grocery, and every time we go, I get a little bit better. I pick one thing that I know that I can make myself or do without, and I pick up that box, and I'm like, this isn't even food. This is chemicals, and this is machinery. This is not food, and it starts to make you feel sick to your stomach.
Sugar bleached enriched flour, wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, monotriate, riboflavin B2, folic acid, water, eggs, vegetable shortening, hydrogenated soybean oil, cottonseed oil, partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil, and or hydrogenated cottonseed oil with TBHQ and citric acid added to preserve freshness.
You know, I mean, before we tackle, let's get all of our food grown organically, let's just tackle the basic problem of could we get people to stop eating chips, candy, and cake and just start eating vegetables and fruit, period, whether it's organic or not. I think that's our first hurdle. Yeah.
It has helped with people that I talk to, girlfriends that tried to do more of this. Like, if we say we're not going to eat processed foods, and you're used to going to the grocery store and buying Oreos, and you're like, the only way I'm going to have a cookie now is if I make chocolate chip cookies from scratch with this butter I got, in Pennsylvania, and I have to have these certain type of chocolate chips. You walk into the kitchen, and you're like, you know what, forget it. I don't even want a cookie. I will eat this carrot. And that is an upside to this.
Well, we used to eat fast food, not all, now for a while we did eat it pretty often.
Yeah.
And it never bothered any of us noticeably, right? And then, but once we started eating better, less processed food and more organic stuff, more natural kind of stuff, I'll get like a Big Mac now, and I'm just sick from the time I take the first bite until like 3 hours later.
Yeah.
We subsidize farmers who grow all this corn that gets turned into fast food and gets turned into soda, and that's why McDonald's can sell dollar meals. But you go to Whole Foods and you want to buy some organic anything, whether it's vegetables or fruit or meat, and you're paying $5, $7, $10, for what you feel like the equivalent would be at McDonald's for $1. It's hard. It's hard to fight against that.
What do you do for dinner?
I usually make something.
Usually make something. And where do you get the stuff? You buy at ShopRite?
ShopRite, yeah.
When you go to ShopRite, what kind of food do you buy?
Depends. Depends what kind of mood I'm in. Whatever, usually. Sometimes I'll just buy chicken or seafood stuff and cook that separate. Salad.
You buy organic when you go to ShopRite or no?
No. I just get whatever's on sale.
Do you ever buy organic?
No, it's kind of too expensive.
It costs money to be certified organic, and you can't say you're organic unless you're certified organic.
Really?
Okay.
How do you go about that?
I don't know, but I know it's expensive and I know it's involved.
I know it's expensive to be certified organic. I've also known of local farmers who say, you know, our prices would go through the roof if we had to, you know, if we wanted to certify organic.
But
So-
it is possible to grow like in an organic sort of mindset, but not be labeled organic.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I think a number of local farmers, when I belonged to that food co-op, they were not certified organic because the cost was prohibitive. But they followed those guidelines. They just didn't have the certification.
Like, well, the one
I do have
Science Road Stand is going to have a booth here, and they're not actually certified organic,
Yeah.
but they don't use pesticides.
We don't use pesticides on our farm. So there's other things you could do if you wanted to grow heirlooms in your garden, like plant marigolds next to them, because the marigolds give off a scent that bugs don't like.
Most of our marketing right now is just all through word of mouth in the store and Facebook,
okay.
Twitter.